Thank you for tuning in to Adobe Airstream. I'm live, the Enigma.
Hi, this is Groovey. I'm here with the world-famous Enigma. How are you, sir?
I'm doing just swell. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and of course the movies that are playing are very artistic and fun. A lot of the vendors out there are having a good time talking to all the people going to the films, and of course some of the actual actors and actresses are here, displaying some of their knowledge through photos and of course speaking. I myself, I've got a few shows that I'll be doing during the day and evening, and everybody seems to be enjoying that too. It's a very enjoyable kind of time here at the Alamo Draft House.
Now, in your industry, which is out of the norm for sure.
Certainly.
What kind of state it is? What's the status of your industry?
Well, right now, I think what you're seeing with Sideshow today, as a lot of even the people that have been running it for the last 50, 60 years through the hardships of the distraction of television, radio, newspapers, video games, etc., computers, and all this. They've kind of been slowing down a bit, and a lot of the younger generation have decided to kind of run away with the circus. A lot of them influenced by shows I've done, and a few others that are at the high points of expectations. It's kind of a thrill to know that people are that interested. However, what we do is a dangerous thing, and I don't advise anybody to perform any of the stunts that we do.
Have you ever created a stunt that just did not work? It was just too dangerous. It was just too messed up.
Well, actually, as far as the stunts that I perform, all of them have been within the realm of possibility. I'm very aware of what I can achieve and what I can do, and a lot of people, they look at some of my innovations, such as the blindfolded apple in the mouth, carving up with a chainsaw routine, and the joint one that I came up with too, where we two people, apples in their mouths, blindfolds on, the kiss of death, if you will, kissing on the chainsaw with the two apples. Those kind of routines, I came up with them, and they're as simple to me. To everybody else, of course, it'd be a very dangerous thing. Once again, I do not advise to do. But I close my eyes and I can touch my nose, the tip of my nose, every time. So there's that consistency, and that's the kind of judgment that I use with the kiss of death and the solo kiss of death, if you will. It seems like what I do is over the top and a little bit dangerous, but it's all, for me, it's just walking across the room. It's really, I've been doing sword swallowing for over 30 years now, and it's just kind of second nature for me. I've trained my mind, if you will, much like any stunt performer, to avoid that kind of a hazard in their line of work. And it's nice to see that people out there actually respect that. Is your industry, because I know you've gone through a few rough patches with bad management, things like that, is the industry becoming more standardized at all, or is it even more the Wild West? Well, once again, there's a lot of I don't know how you say it. There's a lot of confusion, I think, in the market, because the people that do this don't exactly do a performance of my, I don't know, I hate to toot my own horn, but of my own caliber. I mean, having done this for so long and being able to, combine my talent of musicianship, and acting and performing and demonstration, all this combined, it's something that I mean, really, in the industry, there's just a handful of people that even come close to what I present. So, yeah, there's a few out there, and they, they're local 40-milers, if you will. That's the old term for it. But I'm the one that's the international, traveling around the world, blowing up people's eyes, and showing people things that they'd never seen before. It's just kind of just a few, man. I really am kind of one of those strange fine artists that decide to take Sideshow as their mode of expression. Industry, not really an industry. A few exceptional individuals, I would say that.
Awesome. What are some of the other countries that have embraced your work?
Well, of course, I've been overseas, Australia, New Zealand, all of Canada, the U.S., Mexico, the Scandinavian countries, all of Northern Europe, and even South Africa. I get around, but it's just my touring schedule. It's pretty hectic. But I am taking the time, to help out and produce this film, Show Devils, which based on the comic books. I don't know if you picked them all up, but it's good to collect them. They're great souvenirs for the work that we do. And of course, just recently now, it's kind of a hot topic, is the theme park here in Denver that's we're starting up, based on Americana, of course, not a cartoon character.
So how's that all going to come together?
I think it's, one step leads to another step, and I think everything kind of like affords itself, everything in its own time and place, of course. And it's great to see so many people come together and celebrate life in this kind of carnival, kind of, traveling circus kind of way. Once again, the spirit is there. And the people, the individuals that are swept up with it, everyone wants into the act, to coin a phrase. But yeah, everybody wants to run away with the circus. Me, I just kind of sometimes want to run away with real life. Do
you ever just want to settle down and be the picket fence guy?
Well, that's the hope, basically, with the theme park idea, is that people be able to come and see me. I mean, this is Denver, and the airport affords a time for a layover, and the theme park promises to be able to be seen from the moon. So I'm sure when they come by and see it flying in or whatever, they're going to want to take an extra day, take that extra step, and say, hey, let's go check that theme park out and see the real crazy circus and carnival world that is part of our American heritage,
Sounds amazing. No, tattooing. Did you start out as a tattoo artist or receiving tattoos?
I started out actually as a piano player, and worked my way into it from there. It's kind of a backdoor business no matter what. I mean, there's all these people saying, oh yes, I apprenticed. I mean, apprentice could be okay, but it is a backdoor business, and you just don't want to go and learn everybody else's bad mistakes. You want to create your own bad mistakes. But hopefully safely. There are a bunch of industry standards out there, and you can read about all that stuff on Google and stuff. And of course, thinking really helps when you're trying to do a career or start a field of business. But tattooing, I just wanted to be a different color. I thought it would help my act, and I thought it'd be cool to tattoo myself in order to become that different color. It's a small idea. It's the amount of force you put behind it that makes it a great one. So, I did the puzzle lines in order to do it kind of piece by piece, if you will. It's the back side of the puzzle. The art's on the inside. That's why it's that blue primary color. And I've had over 250 artists around the world, everywhere from South Africa to Switzerland, all wanting a piece of the action. All donations to the Enigma, of course. So that's, doing that. I've been, everybody, hey, now I want you to tattoo me, as the next response from any tattoo artist that tattoos me. He says, kind of a piece for a piece, if you know what I mean. And so then, they hand me the machine, and at first I didn't know what to make of it. But they instructed me, and over time, I got to know more and more different techniques and tips, as they all wanted to help me out. Everybody's got great advice, and they do. Everybody's wonderful in sharing. And so I've formulated my own way that I tattoo, and so I've done a few blue puzzle pieces out there. It's probably the world's largest puzzle.
Wow, you really went deep for that.
That's really cool. You're creating the world's largest puzzle on numerous people.
Yeah, it's something. I think it pars right up there with that book that somebody put all the words of their book on different people. I think it's up there in that kind of a regard, except it's just puzzle pieces, a novelty only, not to be used as a marital aid, just like my toys at home.
All right, man, so what's coming up next year for the rest of the year in 2015?
We've got a lot of festivals and tattoo events, possibly working on some major label band bookings. Maybe I'll be at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival at the end of the year. I don't know. I know I love the Halloween times. I usually get booked up pretty quick for that. There's all those theme parks that love to have someone like me around. So I don't know, the film, the theme park, festivals, it's just, there's so many things. I'm just really, really busy.
That's awesome. I don't think we covered the film much. The film is based on the comic books, right?
Yeah, it's showdevils.com, if you will. Yeah, the film, the script written by Daniel Crozier, and he did a heck of a job. It's really well written. I think that people are going to really enjoy the kind of Scooby-Doo-esque nature of this little hell ride, if you will, and it's fun. It's it's kind of got that horror genre-ish, but it's going to be a little bit more goofy, so that we can all at the same time get a great laugh.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time, dude.
You bet.
Cheers. Hey, this is Groovy. I'm with the world-famous Enigma, Guinness World's Record holder, Ripley's, believe it or not, cover boy, and a bunch of other cool stuff, man. Cheers.